Guys, there are spoilers for this film and this review. So, if you don't want to get taken hostage, go watch the film and come back. You have been warned. Hey guys, welcome back to another week of Ticket Tuesday. I'm your host, Ron TMHD. So yeah, this is going to be a great time. Hey guys, and welcome back to an episode of Ticket Tuesday. I'm your host, TMHD, and this week we watched, it's kind of small, but Novocaine, starring Jack Quaid. And, I thought it was good. I thought it was entertaining. I thought it was funny. I thought it was, fun. And overall, just a good time. Obviously, it was just like a run-of-the-mill action movie, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. And, just generally, it was a great time. But before I go on a whole tangent, why I like this film, I'll tell you why I like this film and more. Back to house.
Novocaine? It is you! I thought you'd be dead by now.
Well, I'm not.
It's fucking Novocaine! And he's not fucking dead!
What happened to your face?
You should see the other guy. What's his name?
You gotta be careful, dude. You can still die. You're not Wolverine. You understand pain?
Oh, no, stop it. Wow, that hurt. That one hurt the most.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Ticket Tuesday. I'm your host, Ron TMHD, and this week we watched Novocaine, starring Jack Quaid, Amber Midthunder, Ray Nicholson, and Jacob Batalon? Sorry if I butchered that. Ned, the CEO of Sex himself. Sorry if I butchered that. You are a god, and I will treat you as such. But this movie was like a one-man army action movie, like kind of a black comedy a little bit, maybe just a pure comedy, action comedy. And I thought it was a good time. I thought it was really fun. I thought it was just enjoyable. I think I always love, like, when in an action movie, like, the hero, instead of being, like, this badass, like, gruff, like, super capable killing machine that can just, like, kill 20 dudes in 5 seconds. I always like when they're, like, kind of shit. Not, like, shit, but, like, they, like, get their asses kicked, right? But then they get back up, and then they beat the shit out of people, but then they also get the shit beat out of them. I mean, maybe that's just the kung fu fan in me, who likes to see the hero get his shit kicked in, only for him to, like, power up and then beat the bad guy. I always like that. But they literally did, sorry for spoilers, but they literally did that in the movie. Like, he powers up and beats the bad guy, which obviously, I mean, not really big spoilers. Obviously, they're not going to kill the main hero in like an action comedy. But obviously, he doesn't have those skills. He's not John Wick, right? I mean, he's not even like Bob Odenkirk and nobody. He is just a dude, really, who, can't feel pain, because he does have a real genetic disorder that, you can't feel pain. Which, at first, you're like, oh, that's great. But it's really not. Even though pain sucks, you kind of need it. You kind of need to feel pain, right? Like, let's say you try to eat, like, a burger or something, and you feel your tongue, so you know not to chomp your tongue off. Since you can't feel that, you might just eat your own tongue. Or, let's say you have a bit of a stomach ache, right? If you're just a normal person, you can be like, oh man, my stomach really hurts, and you can get medicine, and boom, you're fine. But if you have that disorder, you don't feel it. So you're like, oh man, I'm just doing hunky-dory. I'm doing fine. And then you die. Because you don't know that you are sick. So yeah, it sucks to have this disorder. Because it is very likely that you will die very young. But it is extraordinarily rare, so you or your family are probably not going to get it, hopefully. But in this movie, it's obviously more like, kind of like a superpower, quote unquote. They kind of mention that. So obviously, it's played up for jokes a lot about how he just doesn't feel pain. He doesn't feel anything. Like, there's a scene where, like, this gruff and tough, like, spec ops guy tries to torture him, and he just, like, buys time so that his friend can come and save him. So he just, like, pretends that it hurts, right? And that's pretty funny. I also like how in the fight scenes, like, in the first few fight scenes, like, he's, like, apologetically fighting people, you know? He's, like, telling them how they can treat the wounds that he's giving them, and he doesn't want to kill them. And I do think that I like that. You know, it's kind of like a thing in, like, the first Venom movie and in, like, Upgrade. I do like when they're, like, apologetically, like, fighting people. I do think that's entertaining, you know? I think that's fun. And also, I just think that I like Jack Quaid. You know, I think he's a good actor, and I think he's an entertaining actor. I think that he's one of the best Nepo babies out there, honestly. I think he's great. Nepo babies for the win, especially if they're like Jack Quaid. But, yeah, I really enjoyed it. And, again, I do think also the chemistry between Amber Midthunder, great name, by the way. I don't know, I just like that name. Amber Midthunder and Jack Quaid, I do think that they have good chemistry together. Even though they're not, like, in that many scenes, they're only really in scenes at the beginning and the end, I still think they have good chemistry, you know? And, I really liked Ray Nicholson as the villain, you know, he's kind of, like, super over-the-top, like, psychotic, like, fucking homicidal maniac who just loves killing people and hurting people, and he loves torturing people, and he likes to kill, you know? I mean, he is Jack Nicholson's son, so... I mean, that's expected. But if you may recognize Ray Nicholson, which I did, he was in Smile 2. He was in Smile 2. And I'm like, the whole movie, I'm like, hey, I know that guy. And I'm like, duh, he was in Smile 2. And he was good in it. He's got that creepy-ass smile. Some things never change, especially creepy smiles in the Nicholson family. But, yeah, I think he did a great job, too, as, like, the cartoony, like, super evil, like, not at all redeemable, just, like, absolute maniac villain. I honestly, like, wish he didn't die at the end. I mean, obviously, I don't know if there's much more story to tell. I doubt this movie will get a sequel. But if it does, I do want Ray Nicholson's character to survive, because I just think he's a good foil to Jack Quaid, to Nathan Kane, to Novocaine. I do think he is a good foil, because obviously Novocaine is, like, apologetic, you know, he's kind of timid, he's a little, you know, he doesn't really want to hurt people, while Simon is completely the opposite. He's, like, super, like, extroverted, he's super loud, he's super, like, happy to kill people, and he, like, he just seems to, like, revel in pain, while Jack Quaid can't feel pain. It's like, you know, I like the dynamic, you know? One likes to cause pain, the other can't feel pain. Cool dynamic of two opposing sides. But, yeah. With that being said, I just enjoyed the film, you know? And I think, generally, it was just a good time all the way through. I mean, obviously, the jokes were good, too. I actually did think it was pretty funny. I think the delivery of Jack Quaid's, like, I think he was the funniest part, because, like, sometimes he would just, like, deliver a line really well, and sometimes he would just, like, just the way, like, his vibe in the whole film was just really entertaining. I just really liked his entire thing, you know, how, like, he couldn't feel pain. I mean, I've never really heard of the concept of that, you know, like, I mean, obviously, you know, in an action movie, like a Nobody or a John Wick does get his ass kicked quite a bit, right? But obviously he can feel it, so, you know, he, like, acts it, like he's hurting. But in this one, Jack Quaid, he's just fine, you know? Like, he no-sells it, right? Which I like, and there's also a reason for it. I just like how, like, literally he can just get, like, slammed into a fucking bookcase or something, and he'll just get up like it's nothing. Again, probably because he can't feel it. He's definitely getting affected by it, just can't feel it, right? So it's kind of like an adrenaline rush. Kind of like how they do in multiple times in the movie. Like, obviously, like, after getting hit with a lot of shit, even though you can't feel it, you're definitely going to feel a loss of energy, right? You're definitely not going to feel, you're not invincible, right? You're not indestructible. You just can't feel shit. which again, not a good thing, because like it took him a good, like I remember like he gets shot in a scene, but he doesn't know, obviously, because he no pain. So like he's driving in a car and he's like, oh shit, I got shot. Right, and that's how he notices that he gets shot, is that he like looks at his arm and he notices a gunshot wound. And also there's a lot of like scenes in the movie that are like gross, where he's like just like fucking jamming like tweezers into his gunshot wound to get a bullet out. I mean, again, no pain. But like to him it's just it's just another Monday. You know, I just got to get this bullet out of my arm. Right? But I mean, it's supposed to be gross, but it's like hard to watch because, you know, even though like, I don't know, it just made me like, ugh. And they like added the sound effects too, and just made me queasy. Maybe not queasy. It's gross. You know, obviously jamming tweezers into a fucking open wound. Like, God, Jesus. I don't know what to say. I'm just rambling at this point. But with that being said, would I recommend this movie? Yeah, I would recommend it. I mean, if you're a fan of Jack Quaid, if you're a fan of action movies, you're a fan of action comedies, I think you could get a lot of enjoyment out of this film. It is very entertaining. It is very fun. It's very funny. I would recommend watching it with, like, other people, though, because I think it's, like, you know, it's just, like, a fun group movie. I mean, obviously, it's not like a popcorn movie where you can just turn your brain off. I mean, obviously, there are some points in the movie that are kind of weird. Like, there are some weird moments with the plot. Like, there's a part at the beginning of the movie where, like, the three bank robbers that are the main villains of the movie, they take the main girl, Amber, hostage, and they're like, put your guns down, cops. Put your guns down and nothing's gonna happen. And then they, for some reason, instead of the cops doing what cops would usually do and just be like, no, the fuck, we're not gonna fucking do that, you guys have guns, right? We're not gonna put our guns down. They were like, oh, okay, just don't do anything don't be rash. And then you reveal and they all get fucking shot, and it's like, yeah, in a standoff, cops would not put their guns down, right? Like, cops aren't that stupid, okay? I don't know what cops or this world is, what that world is, but in the real world, cops are not that fucking stupid, especially with a bank robbery. In broad daylight, it is almost impossible to pull off like a movie bank robbery. I know it's a little nitpicky, but them putting the guns down, it just bothered me. It was stupid. But then it's like, oh, there's like at the beginning of the movie, I thought they were gonna do a thing where like Jack Quaid was gonna get arrested because they thought he was an accomplice, and they were kind of doing that until they realized that he wasn't, and he was just trying to save Amber, Midthunder, but they still gonna arrest him because, yeah, he killed some people, and he committed Grand Theft Auto, and probably some property damage, and, you know, even though those guys were bank robbers who have killed people, he still killed people, so, you know. But, with that being said, I went on a bit of a tangent there, but with that being said, what would I rate this film? I think I'd rate this film a 7.5 out of 10. And, yeah, I think I've said what I need to say. I think I've said my piece. So, guys, I hope you like this video. Share with friends, subscribe, turn notifications on. Comment down below what you liked it. But, you guys know how it goes. I didn't really mean to say that. What I really meant to say was, hope you guys hated this video. Unsubscribe, dislike, Gaming in the comments. And I've been Runtime HD, off to save the love of my life. Hit the closet this time. Watch, no pain. Ow. Felt pain that time. Ow. You know, I think that this movie, I don't know if it's just me, but it felt like, this is weird. This whole feeling throughout the whole movie, I don't know, maybe this is like weird, but I got like a feeling that it should be a comic book or like a graphic novel or something. It's weird. You know, because I don't know why, though, like, that's why it's weird. I don't know why I had that feeling the whole movie. I'm like, I want to read this. Open up this movie and read it like a book. That's bad. Is that even an analogy? I don't even know. I don't understand myself, but I might be onto something there. This could do, I don't know. I might be onto something. This could be an iconic comic run in the making because of me. I have royalties that need to be paid. Pay me.